Hi, everybody. It's Jeffrey at Ripe Color, my live event. It's so exciting. Happy solstice. I think I have everything together. I got more fabric, whatever. I was like looking for it in the dark. I was like, where is it? All right. So, let's see. Happy solstice. So the message is let the light in. And the light is, well, yes, it's the light of the sun, but it's the light of you. Let your light in. My sound is on. Yay, hooray. All right. I always do last minute, but I made an announcement today. That's good. All right. So today I am having a sale on the annual reading, and I'm going to give you an example of it today because it's a winter solstice. So, you could do a 6 months reading or you could do a year reading, and it's coming up to the year, right? At the end of the year. My wallet. Okay. So this would be what an annual reading would look like. So the annual readings are on sale today, and the code is today. The link is below, and it's $40, where it's usually $125. So I throw one card for each month, and then I throw a clarifier. All right. So lots of shuffling. And I have 2 decks, which is very exciting. So we're going to start with the Spanish deck. I mean, can you tell? And then the other one is the English deck. All right. So take me up on the sale. And also, if you become a member, membership is only $5 a month minimum. I offer sales on for members as well. And I just put up a video for members, and they get 50% off on artwork until the end of the year, as well as other readings that are also available. All right. So please become a member. It really helps me out. So let the light in. So the light is really, it's really the light of your soul, the light of your heart, the light of your being, and let it lead you. I call on my light. I go into my heart. This is just a quick little exercise, right? I go into my heart. My feet are on the ground. I light a light inside my heart, and whatever comes up is right. If it's a sparkler, if it's a light bulb, if it's a candle, if it's a sun illumination, whatever comes up, I let this light radiate through my whole body, every cell, every membrane, every muscle, every organ. I radiate this light. I allow this light, and I receive the light of my own soul to guide me and protect me and to give me clarification and comfort. That's it. And that's the key. That's what you keep on going back to. What does it feel like in my heart? What should I do next? Who should I call? What should I let go of? Etc. All right. One more shuffle and then we begin. I hope I have enough room. I might have to move the camera. All right. So this would be what an annual reading looks like if you get an annual reading from me. Okay. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay. Okay. So you're not going to see much of me. I look cute though, right? Okay. It goes like this: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. The annual reading for whoever watches my winter solstice video. Okay. Clear thinking. Clear thinking, the ability to make a decision, the really, really clear, direct, focused vision of where you want to go, what you want to cut out. I always understand him as the surgeon or the butcher. It's like he just cuts out what's unnecessary. I have a really clear vision in January as to where I want to go, what I want to accomplish this year, what I want to what I wanted to bring in, right? Clear. January. And then February, the key is to stay out of your own way because this is self-imposed limits. And it's like, I go into my heart, this is what I really desire. And then, your head comes in and says, oh, you can't do that. It's like, no, I need to be in my heart and release myself. This is February from limitations. January, February. And then March, very interesting. The Hanged Man. Oh, he's upside down. The Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is a really interesting card. The Hanged Man is, March is coming, so spring is coming. March, the energy of the Hanged Man is I'm willingly giving something up. I'm sacrificing. I sacrifice myself to myself. I sacrifice myself to my light. I want to be illuminated. So initially you have a thing, and then you start to doubt yourself. You have to shake it off and learn how to shake it off. And then it's like, well, that's not working. Okay. And then April, it could be something with family. It could be something with business. It's a 10. This is a really, really solid card. This is really about establishing something that lasts. It's like a family business, a dynasty. It's foundational, and it's wealth. So, I gave something up in order to acquire January, February, March, April, May. I'm going to take the action. May is I'm taking the action. I'm putting my plan in action. I'm moving forward. I have a strategy. I have enthusiasm. Let's go. May. June, maybe I'm going to re-clarify. And maybe a new idea comes. This is like a new idea, a new opportunity, a new thought, beginning. January, that's June. Yeah. July, this is really great. July, so July is really about things changing, like your luck changing or your perspective changing and bringing in new energy, attracting the right people, being in the center. And it's also the sacral center. So the sacral center it's orange, and it's really about one's creativity, one's sexuality, like really trusting your feelings, right? Because swords are more like thought, and this is more feelings in your body, okay? August. Yeah, to establish something that lasts, because I'm getting the information from a higher source and I'm going to organize it in a way that's stable and foundational, maybe ritualistic. This is like corporations and marriage and anything with columns. So there's something really stable about this. All right. June 1, 2, 3. I keep on losing it. September, the farmer shows up. It's like, okay, I have to be patient. I've planted my seeds and I'm waiting for them to grow, right? But I have confidence in the actions that I already took. And then I'm going to reap the benefits in October. And then November, you might be traveling, but November is like, okay, well, I figured this stuff out and now I have to rebalance, which is fine in order to heal. This is December next year, in order to heal. I cannot see the, is that Miss Orchid? Yes, Miss Orchid. How are you, Kathleen? Hi, Teresa. All right, now the clarification. So that was my Spanish deck. Okay, Nancy gave them to me. My English deck for clarification. All right, so you add more to get more knowledge. I wish they were a different size, but they're not. So I'm making room so you could see everything. Okay, January, the clarity, right? Of where I'm giving, where I'm receiving. Am I, this is interesting. So the clarification really helped. It's the 6. Am I giving and receiving equally? That's the clarity. Oh, I put so much into this and I don't really get anything out of it. Or I get so much from this and I'm not really giving anything. And it could be an interpersonal relationship, but it's a 6 and it's really community and it has to be balanced. Here's the balance scales. That's interesting. So that's where the clarity is going to be. It's like, who am I involved with in community? And is it serving me? Is it serving me? Is it serving others? In equal measure. In equal measure. January. And then February, all that, oh, I don't trust myself. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. And it might be new for a lot of people to do that and to really go into one's heart, but that's where it's at. And it might be new and it takes practice. It takes practice. So I've been doing Akashic work, Akashic, I'm going into the Akashic. And it's taking practice. Sometimes I hear, I sort of I don't really trust it. And then I don't really hear anything. It takes practice. And it's really about your feeling. January, February. March, when you're willing to give something up that you realize doesn't work anymore in order to benefit yourself. Oh, look, we have her again. What's really interesting? She's very entrepreneurial. She's very entrepreneurial. She relies on herself. This money that she made, that she's enjoying in her garden, she made the money. It's not her father's money. It's not her husband's money. It's not her family money. She made the money. She relied on herself. So maybe what one needs to give up is an over-reliance on others or on an institution, and it's like, no, I'm relying on myself to nurture myself. January, February, March, April. The wealth card, the family card. Yeah. I can utilize my experience and make things happen. Make things happen. I have everything I need. And, also because this is like the family card or like the business card or like the dynasty card, it's like, okay, maybe there's either money from the family or money from somewhere that you can actually utilize, or maybe it was lessons you learned that are serving you today. Like I grew up in a store. So that really has served me. That's really served me. It's helped me to get along with and understand different types of people, what they're looking for. I learned to read people through that, which, aside from this, but I learned how to read people and how to kind of figure out what it is they're looking for. And that was a great experience. That was part of the legacy that I received. January, February, March, April. May, when you're all ready to take your action and gung-ho, yeah, you've changed your mind. You're following. This is really interesting. I'm getting this real sense of independence with all of these cards because he's super independent and she's independent. And this one goes inside to understand his own light, right? And then this one, it's the 5. It's a change in thought. And it's like, the way I sometimes understand this is this guy was like in charge of the battle and these guys helped him and they won. but now they're going home. It's like, okay, I followed you for as long as I followed you, but now it's time for me to go my own way and do my own thing, go back to the farm and take care of my farm, right? I don't know what month, January, February, March, April. This is June. The clarity in June, lighting is funny, will be what to balance, what not to balance. Interesting that I got this card twice, and it's choices. I think it's choices around time, choices around health, choices around maybe what I'm going to invest in, where I'm going, what I'm doing. But you're going to be clear because we have the ace. July, everything changes because I get involved with community, and I'm getting creative with others. But the thing is about this one, this is the way I'm reading it today. They have different skills, and they come together for a common cause. But it doesn't mean that the priest tells the mason how to do his job, and the mason doesn't tell the architect this needs a window. The mason does his job, the architect does his job, the priest does his job. So it's like, you are in charge of marketing and I am in charge of this, and the third person is in charge of getting the merchandise, whatever. Interesting. But it's also pulling in the right people. This is pulling in the right people, right? The people who, have the same vision as you as to what you collectively want to build. August. The Hierophant. What are we going to establish? Yeah. Okay. We're going to establish something that's really beautiful and really ornate and really accomplished and really, this is like, it sets it to bed. It's like, this is the end of the story, right? So this is like, we're going to accomplish and build something that's really solid that can go on its own, right? Interesting. September, the farmer. Be careful not to be too, not to be in the dark, not to be in the sense of owing. It's really about, what I get? Okay. He's the farmer, right? And this is like the devil. And the devil is a really weird card. It's really a false path. It's a false illusion. So, don't get so caught up in what the outcome is. And it's got to be this, and it's going to be like, don't go down that, that greedy, gluttonous energy. Okay. October, look, we have the Hierophant again. It's incredible how the same cards came up. So I think this is really about gathering your own momentum, gathering your own sense of organization, your own autonomy, and having that feed you. Okay. Because the devil could also be maybe somebody you're involved with in business or something like that, you kind of see a certain darkness about them. And it's like, okay, I don't really have to be involved in that. Okay. November, the Empress is here. Wonderful. The Empress is one of the best cards in the deck. The Empress is all about fertility and love and abundance and flow. She lets everything flow. She planted the garden. She knows that the garden is going to grow. She doesn't overly take care of it. She just sits and relaxes. And she just, if a certain plant dies, she lets it die. And another one is thriving, she lets it thrive. All are invited. She's very open and free and abundant, and she has great ideas and she lets them come to the forefront, but she's very relaxed. It's a real sense of ease, which is really nice. And then, yeah, okay. So through this whole process, there's been a healing and an intuition going on. And the old way of thinking just doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work anymore. You can't revive it. It's almost like you don't recognize who you were, especially with the Wheel of Fortune here. It's like I don't really recognize thought patterns like that. I don't really recognize um, like these old ways of thinking or doing things in the same old way. I'm doing things in a new way that are more abundant. I'm cut out at the beginning. I've already cut out what's unnecessary, and and a lot of it is sort of telling yourself you can't do it. It's like, no, I'm moving forward with like new energy, with new people, with a new idea, with really being based here as opposed to based here. You know, I've given that up, right? I've given that up. And I'm going to utilize my understanding of the past in order to manifest what it is that I desire. And I'm not playing follow the leader, I'm following my own lead. And, you know, it might take a new balance, but I'm going to get the right people here to help me accomplish what it is that I want. You know, everything is like, yeah, I want to work with and around people that are on the same page, that give and receive. You know, no tyrants, no bossy bosses, that kind of energy. I mean, the only really weird card I have here is the devil from the whole reading, really. And the devil is sort of like a warning of don't get caught up in, I think it's don't get caught up in other people's darkness, actually. I think it's don't get caught up in other people's darkness. I think that's really what it is. Well, that was an interesting little reading. Very interesting. And I'll be doing the, for all signs, I know I've been talking about it for weeks. I got to get to it. I will. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be doing it for all signs soon, you know, for the year as well as for January. And the other announcement that I have, and I'm going to look at all the little things. Oh, hi, Gina. Hi, Stephen. Well, you know, Teresa, a good thing to do with that is help it be revealed to me, right? So, because Teresa said, I have enough of my own darkness, ha ha ha. I understand. So it's like, okay, I'm going into my heart and I ask that to be revealed to me, and how can I remove it or transform it? And then, you know, go with your first instinct and continue to ask and continue to go and continue to take action toward it. I mean, this is pretty much what I do every day. Okay, so the other announcement is that we're going to be offering tarot classes again. I think they start on January 23rd or the 27th. I can't remember. But I know Nancy is officially going to be making an announcement like after Christmas, but it's not official, but we're going to begin it again. And so that we don't get confused, it's going to be available on Nancy's site, because otherwise it's like really confusing, like with the money. So like it's all in one place, and then we can do what we need to do. And that way we don't fill up the class too much. Anyway, that is the story. That was a nice little reading. That was a nice reading. So the sale is for today. It would be a reading like that for you, right? So you can go, or you could for your friend. You go to it. The link is below, and you know you could buy 2 or 3. I don't care. And then, you know, wow, I bought it for my sister and I bought it for my brother or whatever. And I bought one for myself. And then, you write a little thing. It's like, Tuesdays are really good for me, Jeffrey, because we have to schedule, because the schedule is attached, sort of. I mean, it says it's attached in the back end of my site, but it doesn't work. So much for a free app. So that's the story. And have a lovely solstice. And I didn't even light the candle. And, so let's do a little prayer or a little mini meditation. I'm going to get my little Guadalupe. I will be right back. Can you see her? It's Guadalupe, naturally. I meant to light it before I started, but I didn't. All right. So we can close on a little, yeah, we love Guadalupe, right? I love Guadalupe. I've spoken about it before, and this is my ideal. So the ideal, the Guadalupe always has the child below, right? Here's the child, right? So my understanding is, and this is the ideal that I try to live up to. So Guadalupe's love is so unconditional, so completely and utterly unconditional, that the child, doesn't do their homework and is always messy and is like mean to his brother and sister and, all that. And Guadalupe is like, I love you anyway. I love you. I love you. So this is the energy, to sit in that energy of Guadalupe, of loving. I love my problems. I love my obstacles. I love my life. I love things, even though they're not perfect. I love them unconditionally. And then the other part of the energy is to be the child that is loved unconditionally. And I think that's really the key for me lately, well, probably forever, of allowing my own light and my own spirit and guides and mind, not really mind, my own spirit to love me unconditionally. It's like the love that spirit has for us is so great. We can't even really, and we're always blocking it. It's saying, oh, well, I did something wrong, or I'm not good enough, or whatever it is. And it's like, no, let all that go. Let yourself be loved completely and utterly. And the more I can allow myself to be loved completely and utterly, the more I can do that for others. That's the key. That's the key. And it's all based in here. Get out of this and into this, right? Because he's the general. His job is to work for her, right? I feel love, and his job is to like take the action, make the thought. All right. So on this solstice, this special day, we connect to our hearts. We connect to the heart of Guadalupe. We connect to the heart of the Godhead. We light up our hearts, and we light up our throats. We light up our third eye. We light up our crown. We light up our soul star. And we ask to allow the light of our individual and collective souls to be revealed, to be made clear, to protect and lead and guide and comfort for ourselves and for all humanity, for the planet. We ask for the light to come in and through us, to surround us, and for beings of light to come and assist and guide and comfort us collectively, individually. And all that stands in the way, any blocks or doubts or fears or obstacles or habits that stand in the way, we ask them to, we send them into the violet fire of transmutation, never to return. And we receive the light. We receive the light of heaven. We receive the light of the angels. We receive the light of our guides. We receive the light of the earth. And so it is. Blessed be. Blessed be. And so it is. That was a nice, very mellow little reading. All right. So the sale is on today. If you want a reading like this for yourself or for your friend or for both, it's $40. It's usually $125. You go to my website. It's all below. So you go to the annual reading, and then in checkout, you put in today, all capitals. It's good until midnight. And that is the story. That is the story. And I'm going to leave Guadalupe lit. And I will be back for a post. I mean, I do my dailies, but I'll be back on the 27th, I guess, or the 28th. One of those days is the full moon for another live, probably. And Nancy and I are going to be offering the classes again. I have tarot readings and beautiful art. Now, and if you become a member, it's only $5 a month. You get discounts on readings, on art, you know, and member is $5 a month. And then if you become a member today or tomorrow, you can watch a member video, and it gives you a code to use on the website that you could utilize. And I'm going to be offering more. I think I'm probably going to end up putting up, you know, some of my meditations that are for sale. I think I'm going to put them up on members, you know, like one a month. I'm going to put like one video up a month. So there are meditations that you could utilize. And if you want to purchase them, that's great. They're only $11. Anyway, that is the story. I'm glad to see all of you. Hi, Jennifer. And Gina and Stephen and Teresa and Kathleen and Gina. Of course, Gina. Bueno. Okay, thank you for joining me, and take advantage of the sale. Become a member. Happy solstice. See you soon. I'll try to remember I wore this and not wear it tomorrow, but you don't really sweat here, so I could wear the same clothes 2 days in a row. But I try to change my outfit, you know. All right. See you soon. Bye.